And Joseph and I are here together again, this time at Farley Mount. And as you can see, we've just had the Skoda Scala delivered. And there's the Seat Toledo that we reviewed be about a month ago now, wouldn't it?
Be about a month ago, yes.
So, we thought we'd do a versus, seeing they're pretty much the same car.
Yes, the Skoda Rapid, which was the previous version of the Toledo, as well, they were the same car. All three cars, the Skoda Rapid, the Skoda Rapid Spaceback, and the Toledo have all been replaced by this new Scala.
Initial thoughts after driving it, I'm very impressed by it. It's got that punchy 3-cylinder 1-litre engine, and this is the SE trim. There's also an SEL. I want a VRS, but let's see what happens.
Yes, they haven't announced anything yet. This is literally just the SE and SEL. I also drove an SE last week, and you'll see a walk around on my channel of that, which was a 1.5 automatic. This is a 1-litre 6-speed manual with 115 horsepower. The Toledo and the Scala share the same engine and gearbox.
Is it identical, or is it one?
Identical, yeah, but the tuning might be ever so slightly different
because it's a touch newer.
It's a WLTP compliant car.
And that'll be NEDC, won't it?
Yeah, it'll be NEDC, but they are pretty much the same. Plenty of edge in both the cars.
So, should we take a deeper look at the Scala?
Yeah, let's take a look at the Scala first.
Where should we start?
Boot. The boot.
Well, walking up to the boot, you can see this body line. It has changed quite a bit since the concept, hasn't it? They've definitely softened the edges to make it appeal more, would you say?
Yes, I would say so, yes.
Lovely lenses as well.
So we'll open up the boot, and we find... Oh,
is that a full-size wheel?
Full-size spare in both cars. Get a full-size spare in Scala. Is amazing.
Plus it's a Skoda, so it's going to have lots of cool bits and bats in here as well, won't it? I've noticed an umbrella in the door already.
Yes, there are several bits. For example, we've got the
ice scraper.
Ice scraper in there. We've got the Skoda branded umbrella in there.
Very good.
Another thing, which, well, obviously you've got the ticket clip here.
Yes.
There.
I will walk around the front for that.
And what I'll do as well, I'll just pop the bonnet and I'll show you something else.
This has also got things like lane keep assist as well and other safety.
So
it's kind of got a partial clam bonnet to it, actually. Clamshell one.
So if you're moving a bit closer, otherwise I don't think the viewers will be able to hear.
That's a bit warm.
Yeah, well, you've been doing some
I've been trying to keep up with you.
Spirited country lane driving today, sir.
I know, keeping up with you.
Well, yes, so there you are. The engine is exactly the same as in my Toledo. There's no difference whatsoever. The only thing that's different is this.
This is really cool. I saw this on your video.
Yes, you open this up, and if you're pouring like a big bottle of washer fluid in there, you will not spill it all over the engine bay.
On my Mark II, I used to get it everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah, so that's a really clever feature that you only find on Skodas, and this is brand new for the 2019 Scala.
Well, it's not even done 1,000 miles. It's something like 940 miles it's done.
So yours probably won't be loosened up yet. You'll probably get better performance and economy as it goes on.
Yeah, but it's not sluggish now. It is rapid. It's that 3-cylinder, as you know, and you can drop a gear, and it's always got instant power, and it's got that lovely tone of a 3-cylinder as well.
I mean, the difference between driving a car like this and like an MG3. So the output of the engine is very similar. This is mine's 110, 115. I think actually they're both 113.
Yeah.
It's just that Skoda and Seat have badged the cars slightly differently. They say 110 here, 115 here. They're both 113. Same also as in the Volkswagen Up GTI, that have the same engine and gearbox. But in the MG3, because there's no turbo, it's a bigger engine but no turbo, 105 horsepower. You really have to keep in the.
You have to drive it hard. It's like older cars. You have to keep them at around 3,500, so you're there on the injection, so it can zoom.
You don't need to do it in one of these.
It's instant.
It will pick up from under 2,000 RPM.
Yeah.
And that's
but this will be turbocharged, won't it?
Similarity in these two cars with the engine and gearbox, and this switch here.
So they're both 1-litre turbocharged, aren't they?
Yeah. This switch here is the same as well.
Yeah.
It's a classic Volkswagen Root switch.
Yes.
As of these. But of course, this car's got automatic lights and automatic wipers. Mine.
Soft touch plastics on top of the door as well.
This is a big difference.
Yes.
These nice soft touch plastics, and the central infotainment system there is a lot bigger.
It is.
Now, because
Still got your fuel computer in the centre that gives you eco tips as well, because it was telling me things like put the window up and change gear, and not to put clutch in.
yes, it's a handy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The SE, which is this is an SE. It's got a few options. There's not too many options on this car, but there are a couple of them.
It's got the paint, hasn't it?
This is there's actually two whites on a Scala. This is called
Moon, was it?
it's called Moon White Metallic, which is £595 option.
It does glimmer in the sun though.
It does look very nice. Particularly if you're wearing sunglasses, you can see the
You can.
flecks here. The standard thing on all Scalas though, which is not on like a Toledo or Rapid, you can't get it on any Toledo or Rapid as standard, is the infotainment system, which has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built in.
It does.
Cars. Another thing which you couldn't get, I mean,
Well, the SEL comes with navigation, doesn't it? Whereas
It
the
does.
SE doesn't.
you couldn't get on any Rapid or Toledo. You could get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay on the very late Toledos.
Right. Yeah, I think you mentioned that in the
Yeah,
review.
You can, as an option. This one, the standard Apple CarPlay Android Auto, also, this has got lane keeping assist
It has.
and autonomous emergency braking. You couldn't get that on any Rapid or any Toledo. The standard across the range on this, and I'm sure.
Well, that's the differences with moving forward with
Yeah.
this. As you've said, it's a newer platform. It's also got newer tech because, well, it's to 2019.
It
Virtually 2020.
That's right, and you know, there are certain bits. The steering column's very similar, and these
Yeah.
sections are the same, but these seats are different. The rear space in this car is exceptionally good. So
It
Ben's
is.
got the seat set to his 6'3" driving position.
Yeah, there's decent leg room.
So if I get
And I'm lounging in the front, to be honest. I could
if I get
easily
in the
have it
back, you'll see
easily
I've actually
filmed.
still got room.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of it. There's a sculpting in the back of the seat as well, but I mean, I don't need sculpting.
No, you don't.
I'm 5'11". I fit really nicely. This car
Because it's got a sloping roof line and it doesn't really take up much of the
No,
roof,
it's
which is
absolutely
nice.
Fine.
Yeah.
So it's a very spacious car. The one thing you'll find if you have a Rapid Spaceback in comparison with this, although they look kind of similar, the boot in this car is significantly bigger.
Yeah. I've also noticed that it'll let more light in because you've got an extra window here, as
Yes, you do.
opposed on yours, it's just
You don't
straight
have
into
one.
the actual body panel.
So the car has a 467 litre boot. The Rapid Spaceback had a 413 litre boot. Because this is an
60/40
SE,
folding as well, aren't they, those seats?
Yes,
Do they lay flat?
they do. Yeah, that you can split them 60/40. Yeah.
Do we have a false floor or not then? Let's have a look.
Yes, I don't know about this car,
But you can get it.
You can get one. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see this car.
No, it doesn't have one.
It doesn't have one. No.
You've got 4 tethering points and storage points on the left
Yeah.
and the right. Oh, and shopping bag hooks as well.
So those really, they're amazingly.
Yeah, they look quite strong.
And a 12-volt socket there.
Yeah.
One of the things you'll notice about this particular car, if you look at the back,
The glass.
A lot of the press photos showed a car that had like a glass tailgate all the way down here.
Yeah.
Because this is an SE, it doesn't quite have that, but you can get that, I think, on the SEL.
Was it the SE you had the other day then?
I had an SE, but there are a lot of options on a Scala. I
Yeah.
didn't realise just how many. This car's got 16-inch wheels, but they're different 16-inch wheels from the standard Scala ones. The standard ones are called Orion, and these are called the Alaris wheels. So they were different on this car.
I like the sculpting on this car. With that sloping roof line, they've gone for the sloping back as well, but they've still kept... It's really strange. You can't really see a straight line. They're all curved. Every line, bar this, by the look of it, has a curve to it.
Well, let's see about this one. Let's go around the side of the car, shall we?
Yeah, that one's pretty straight. I don't think you could be any...
Quite straight.
That's like straight as an arrow, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's quite straight, isn't it?
But the back, in keeping with this flow, because I mean, look at the way that the tailgate actually curves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
We'll take a look at the Toledo now.
Yeah.
So, as I've said before, the Scala replaces 3 different cars in the Skoda and Seat range. Last year, the Toledo, the Rapid and Rapid Spaceback all went out of production. The Rapid Spaceback, the Rapid and Toledo were all made in the same factory in the Czech Republic. It's just the Seat has a different front end and a different rear end and a slightly different interior.
This has discs all round, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult.
As does the new Scala.
Yes, it does, yeah. So just very good braking performance.
Yeah.
So this car was.
Oh, also the gearbox is very good on the 6-speed. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
It's not notchy. It's very tight, and you can basically drop a gear, and the power's there because of the turbocharged 1 litre. So it's a very.
And of course, when
And the steering's good.
when we go live a bit later on, we'll be driving both cars live again, won't we?
Yeah.
So we'll do that as well. So the engine in the Toledo is exactly the same. It's 110 horsepower, 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo with a 6-speed manual gearbox. Later on in the Scala, you'll be able to get a detuned 95 horsepower.
Is that the diesel?
The engine with a 5-speed manual gearbox. But
Right.
It's not out yet.
Is that a petrol then?
Yes, of course.
And then there's supposed to be a diesel coming out in the Scala range as well, isn't there?
1.6 diesel, but of course that's not
1.6?
Yeah.
Ah, I thought it'd be 1.5. How strange.
Not something we talk about on my channel very much, is it, Ben?
No, it's not, but we're on mine, so you've got to.
Yes, I have to talk about that. So if we open this up,
There's a TSI engine.
the engine is pretty much exactly the same. It's also very warm in here.
Yeah.
They've moved a few things around, but the engine compartment in this car is actually quite a lot smaller for some reason.
Yep.
But
It
it's
is, weirdly.
the same engine. I need to get this engine bay cleaned at some point, actually, but yeah, it's the same thing.
It almost looks like, when you look at the Scala,
Yeah.
like a lowered SUV. It's got that SUV shaping.
I suppose it looks a bit like the Karoq, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean, but just, lower. A car, basically. A car.
Yeah.
How random.
So both these cars are based on Volkswagen Polo platforms.
Yes.
This is based on the 2009 to 2017 Polo. This one's based on the current generation Polo. So the cars are a bit narrower than most of the cars in their class.
You don't notice it, though.
No,
you did notice it in this. That's really strange. I noticed it in your car, but I hadn't noticed it in that. Maybe it's because I've driven the Toledo recently.
Yeah, I think so. And you can see the side of the car is totally different. The panels are different.
Yeah.
Same sort of profile as a Polo, really. And if you look at the interior, it is, because this is this is the top of the range car, but Seat did. The materials aren't too bad, but
Yes,
it's still
hard
hard
plastic.
door tops,
Yeah.
hard dashboard. Although this button's the same, this button's the same, that's similar.
Yeah.
Those are the same. One thing this car does have is part leather seats, or leatherette maybe, which the Skoda doesn't have, although if you get an SEL, you can get a nice beige leather interior.
We know you love those.
I do like beige leather interior. Also, the central screen on here,
Yeah.
it is significantly smaller. But what the other thing is, you could get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it was not an option. And only on the very late cars like this one. This is a 22 facelift car, so it's very late on in production, like the Toledo and the Rapid. Some people might miss, if they have one of these cars, physical shortcut buttons on the entertainment screen in the middle. You don't get those at all on that one. They're actual touch.
Oh, it's all
buttons.
touch, isn't it, when you think
all
about
touch,
it?
yeah. But it is a superior system.
It is wider, isn't it? And it's also brought out more, unlike a bezel.
Yeah, this car's got sat nav, but it's a lot better to hook up an Android or Apple phone to a car like that.
Well, the connectivity on that is seamless. I plugged it straight in and it worked.
Yeah.
Other cars, you have to do it 3 or 4 times and start the engine again and things
Shall
like
I
that.
sit in the back?
Yes.
So again, I'm shorter than Ben. I'm 5'11". But again, there's plenty of room in here. But I have to stoop a little bit more. You can see the headroom's actually okay, but you won't be able to see my head because.
No, I know. That's like the 508.
Yeah, but you
have to duck down to get in.
Room in here, it's not a problem. These cars are extremely.
Welcome all, and thank you for tuning in. We've got the Scala and the Toledo. 2019 Scala over there, the SE, and the Seat Toledo 2017 here.
So we'll open
And
up.
it's Joseph and myself.
We'll open up the boot, and we'll see. Actually, this is a bigger boot than the Scala. It's,
Oh, nice and clean. I see you've been doing the housekeeping.
Yeah, it's
It's a nice rug.
Yeah, exactly. So we let it
Flat.
roll again. Another thing we find.
Another full-size spare wheel.
Full-size spare wheel and luggage net, which came standard on these two cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boot. If you're moving from a Rapid or a Toledo to a Scala, you'll notice the boot is significantly smaller. It's about actually.
Would you say that there's more rear cabin space in the Scala then now?
Yes, I would do. Yeah.
Right, so that's where it's gone.
Yes, it has.
Ah, clever.
I think the Toledo though and the standard Rapid are a bit longer. Of course, if you're moving from a Rapid Spaceback, you'll find the boot on the Scala is bigger.
It is looking like if you're moving from a Toledo or a Rapid Spaceback, the Scala is going to be one to look at, isn't it?
of course, I've driven both of these, and Ben also, you've driven both of these
I have.
cars.
Yeah.
They're
They're very similar. Extremely similar.
They're very similar. I would say that the Scala is a more refined drive.
Yes, it is.
It's a more refined drive, and of course, if you don't turn off a lake keeping assistance, you're going to get very.
Doesn't have your challenging gearbox issue either, which is nice.
Yeah, this particular car, we don't know why. It seems to bulk. It's not been doing it today.
No. Well,
It's not been doing it today, but sometimes it just decides it's going to be a bit temperamental. But it's been fine today, actually.
yeah,
So,
good.
obviously,
So there we go.
that's it.
If you're moving from one of these, definitely take a look at the Scala because it's an impressive car. It does 0 to 60 in about 10.6, and I've been getting.
It's 9.8, both cars.
I'm sure it says.
No, it's
Doesn't it say?
9.8 on this one.
I'm sure it says. I've read 10.6 somewhere.
No.
Where have I read
That's the
10
95
points?
horsepower version.
Possibly. So this one does it in 9.8.
Yeah, they're both.
So they're both under 10 seconds.
Both under 10 seconds.
And even with my driving, I've been getting just under 50 to the gallon, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, mine's showing 55 average MPG.
Yeah.
I've owned this car though for 2 years, and that's the average MPG I've been getting over the last couple of years.
So there we go. Thank you guys. We'll be back later.